So, something that I want to talk about that's not precisely related to grief, but it does correlate to grief a little bit, depending on the individual, is parentification. So, parentification is what happens when things are asked of a child that is beyond what their developmental stage would generally allow for. Um, by no means am I parent shaming, blaming, or anything like that. I totally understand some situations parents have to lean on their child more than they would like to. This isn't okay for the child, but again, I totally understand. I'm not placing blame. I just understand very thoroughly what it does to the child as they develop. So over time, parentification, it actually changes who that individual is. Um, they have issues with feeling safe. They have issues feeling responsible for everything all the time. It doesn't go away. They struggle with connection and they struggle to rest. Um, and then as they get older, they develop hypervigilance. They have trouble setting boundaries with people. They overperform. They take on too much, and it really follows them throughout adulthood. Even though I'm aware that I was a parentified individual, it's just a cycle that I cannot seem to break, even after going to therapy for a very long time. These are fundamental to who I am at this point because I was parentified very, very early and for a very long time. So this is actually, it feels like it's a cornerstone of my personality at this point. So when a parentified child suffers the loss of a parent, it actually makes their grieving process a little bit more complex, um, because it causes identity confusion because that was like your partner. You had to help them, and now they're gone, and there's some unresolved responsibility because you still feel like you've got to pick up the slack. You've got to be there. You've got to be all these things that you should never have been, and that doesn't go away. It doesn't go away when they pass or anything like that. So, and sometimes you even feel like you failed them somehow. You couldn't stop it from happening, because parentified children really get this kind of fixer complex. So they have all of this in addition to the numbness, sadness, general grief symptoms, anger. That's not necessarily from the parentification. That we all know that's just part of grief. So these are all really common responses. It's totally fine if that's what you're feeling if you were a parentified child. Um, they're not signs that anything's wrong with you, that your attachment was lesser than. Um, your bond was just formed differently to this parent. It doesn't make it lesser. It doesn't make it bad. It doesn't make it weak. Um, it makes it whatever you associate the value of it to. Um, so give yourself grace, please. You're allowed to feel all the feelings that you feel. Um, you're not broken. Just try not to blame yourself for anything because I know that's a big part of it from personal experience. I don't really understand, even with all my clinical knowledge and the things I've learned in my training. I don't understand why, as a parentified individual, we blame ourselves, but we do. So, if this is you, just know that I see you. I feel a lot of probably what you're feeling. You're not alone. Or it's really more common than you think. Um, so I hope you're doing okay. Feel free to talk to me in the comments. I'm always looking at them, and I hope you guys are all right.